Everybody, I hope you're doing good. I hope you're doing fine. I'm doing a quick update with no disco. What's wrong with me, man? For the Dow, Industrial, and TLT, I did the USD earlier. You could go back and look at it with my gold analysis. I hope you guys doing fine. I always try to help people by giving them new strategies, new techniques. I know a lot of people don't know it, even though if they are professionals. But it's really, really helpful. Really, really helpful. And the most important thing I always talk about is identify the places of buyers and the places of sellers. I said it all the time. It's so easy. I know it is easier said than done, but it really, really is so easy. So what happened in the Dow? You can see there's a beautiful, beautiful bullish candles. Look, even though this one looks bearish, yet there was no indecision at the open, so it pushed up. This is always beautiful. If you really want to utilize Japanese candles to the maximum, uh, take a note of these type of candles. Once you open and you go up without any transactions below, this really shows, determination of the move. It was one, two, three, four. It shows that a lot of institutions, they were buying left and right. I don't know if it's fear of missing out. I don't know if it's a benchmark. I really don't know. But what I know for sure, this was amazing. I'm trying to look like any 4 days consecutive. None. Really none. So I have to respect that. I really have to respect that. Yet, a lot of technicians like me, they try to take advantage of these moves. So the banks or the institutions that are buying, I'm trying to see what's up, so to speak. So there's something called the seed wave, which is lowest low till the candle before that. So what do you usually do? Run a Fibonacci extension from this low to this high, and it gives you it gives you numbers. I did it here. You can see it. This is the 4 hour time frame for the Dow. So I did that, and it gave me exactly two Fibonacci extension, which not a termination of that move. It found a lot of sellers, a lot of sellers. So according to this seed move, this is the number that once it hits it, volatility would hit. Please do remember that. If you want to pick up anything from me, please do remember that type of moves usually might go all the way to 262. Once you hit that, volatility hits. Please do remember that. You could run it on your own time. It's up to you. But I'm pretty sure about that. So 2 is a valid place for sellers. Yet this is the premier bulls of that move, the people that the most euphoric will sell here. I promise you, the smarter ones, the people that live by Fibonacci, they will sell here. Usually, why a lot of professionals love Fibonacci, because it's invisible. And not to mention, I do love price memory too. So I'm not undermining price memory, but this type of invisibility encourages smarter traders or smarter investors to sell without anybody getting noticed. So am I bearish? Now I'm cautious. I'm not bearish, but I'm cautious. I don't like when he hit a move. Look at 162, hit it, went down. 162 is another thing. So usually the first thing you look for is 127, then 138. 162 is very solid usually. Very, very solid. So you will have sellers. But 262 is the ultimate thing usually. So what's going on for the Dow? Bullish crossover in the MACD, which I really love. RSI above 50, which I really, really love. It's going against it? A bearish harami with an indecisive candle at a place of sellers. Would I buy? Absolutely not. Would you buy? It's up to you. What do you do usually? You look at your risk reward. So this is a valid target, but this should be your line in the sand right here. You have to be careful. So 28,000, you go into 29,000, 1,000 point. Is it worth it? And you do your risk management. Capish? Good deal. So I did that even in Apple and many stocks. The seed gave us 2 Fibonacci extension. And I stated before, that was easy money to make in the past. I said that before. You had a bullish divergence, beautiful morning star. This is easy money. And boom, you hit all the way to the upper end of the Bollinger Band. Then you went down. Now, this is really, really beautiful. These type of candles really showed commitment. It showed commitment from the institutions, definitely. So am I bearish now? I'm cautious. If the 10 goes above the 20, you know all that mumbo jumbo that we do usually, and this MACD go over 0, and we clear that resistance, or even we had a nice pullback where with the buyer step in, I might get bullish. So let's look at the TLT. TLT, the ETF, this bad boy. You can read it. Okay. So I'm looking at the daily. What does it tell me? It tells me buyer stepped in. To me, they couldn't even hold it above the 10-day moving average. They tried, but they couldn't hold it against above the 10-day moving average. And also the MACD is still in a bullish mode, yet it's hooking down. It is okay. I'm not happy with this move, because the main purpose of that beautiful rally is easy money or free money, call it whatever you want to call it, from the central bank, and it's extremely dependent on the interest rate. So if the yield go down really badly like that, that really diminish the interest rate, negative interest rate scenario. Okay, if you believe that the stimulus, because even though the Democrats did not control the Senate yet, if you believe there will be stimulus and all this stuff, how would you know it's going to help the big companies or the big tech, which we know the Democrats are not big fan of? So if you don't have a negative interest rate, this will increase the cost of money, the cost of borrowing, and will decrease that easy money to be made in the equity market. So TLT is extremely important for that negative interest rate thing. It really is extremely important. So what does it tell me here? We are in a Bollinger Band type of trading. As I stated before in my educational video, if you have the space between the MACD moving average is very tight, it's always the Bollinger Band trade. So what does it tell me now? You might go all the way here and you go back to this mean reversion, unless you have major moves. Okay, so but according to the chart, I'm not using Elliott, I'm not using Fibonacci extension, nothing. According to this chart, nothing is bullish yet, except if you look at the bullish crossover between the 10 and 20. And the 10 is still pointing up. So this must be looked at. And also the MACD is still in a bullish crossover. So this might create buying, but not yet. The weekly time frame showed the presence of sellers at the 10 period moving average, and it's below both the 10 and the 20 and the 10. And also the MACD is in an extreme bearish mode, where we're approaching the zero line, which is really not good. Even historically, a lot of weakness happens when you're right there, But when you go up, good things happen to TLT, and that means a lot of money going to bonds. In conclusion, we are at seller's zone for sure. I looked at the major stocks, major tech stocks like Apple and all these big companies. They are all at the two Fibonacci extension target, and they all found sellers, but not really good. Yeah, like strong selling. But maybe we going all the way to 262. It's possible. I put it here. If you want to pause later, everything is on the table right now. TLT is showing me the diminishing possibility or probability of the negative interest rate, which really affect the valuation of stocks. I'm a technical analyst. I love technical analysis. Yet I do understand the valuation. I understand the importance of free money, 2 PEs, and how this idea comes about when you have high interest rate, lower PE because of the cost of money. So if TLT keeps going down, the possibility of negative PE goes down, and maybe that bullish move is just a move by institutions, and we might not have follow through, because always evaluation catches up with you all the time. I promise you that. I promise you that. This was true all the way from here to here. So what happened here? High valuation, boom, goes down. At that time, it was perceived like a low valuation. That's why you have the Morningstar things. So now, no one knows fundamentally who is going to control the Senate 100%. No one knows fundamentally how big is the stimulus bill. No one knows. 2 trillion, 2.5 trillions, no one knows. So, no one knows about the interest rate now. If is it going to negative or not? No one knows. So that's why we have sellers. That's why my cash is a position now. To me, 1,000 target from this closing as 262 is not worth it for me. It really isn't. I love you guys. I hope you guys will do well. Please like, subscribe, and share. And this goes forever.